Hey everybody, I'm Chef Matt. Welcome back to my kitchen and another episode of Bon Appetit. Today we're paying tribute to Mardi Gras. And I thought, what better way than to pair a classic New Orleans dish with a little twist on an appetizer that I made up. So we're going to do shrimp and grits, New Orleans style, and then something I'm calling a Mardi Gras vegetable tower. So let's get started. I need to get the grits going first because they're probably the longest ingredient on the whole table. So I already have on the stove 2 cups of water, I salted, brought to a boil. To that I'm going to add about a cup of real stone ground corn grits, not the instant stuff. We'll put about a cup. And you want to keep stirring it so it doesn't stick on the bottom of your pan. I'm going to bring it back up to a boil, and then we're going to reduce the heat to low, cover it, and let that go about 20 minutes. And we're boiling. Now that's going, I'll get started on the vegetable tower. Super easy to make. All I did was I have a baguette. I've already sliced them and cut them into little discs. And we're going to do the same thing with the zucchini, squash, and I've taken 2 red beets, peeled them, and boiled them until they're almost done. So we'll get that going. And you want to cut your vegetables right about 1/4 inch thick. And then we'll oil them up, and then we'll put them in our grill pan here. Alright. So we'll get the bread going first. And we just want to drizzle a little bit of olive oil on them. And put them in a hot grill pan. And you just want to toast them up nice and lightly brown. I want to get these grits stirred. Alright. And then we'll do the same thing for all our vegetables. Cut the wonderful beets. Again, about 1/4 inch thick. You just want to oil both sides. And do the beets first. Into the grill pan. And these will only take a couple minutes. You don't want to overcook them. You just want to get a little grill mark on them. And we'll let that go. So you can see we're just starting to get grill marks on our beets. And the toast is just about done. So we'll take these off and we'll put the rest of our vegetables on the grill. All of our grilled vegetables are done, and our grits are also complete, so I want to finish these off. And all we're going to do to the grits is add a 1/2 cup of mascarpone cheese and a couple tablespoons of butter. We're just going to mix these together, and then I'll cover it and set it aside until we're ready for it. And the cheese will make it nice and creamy. And the butter will just make it a little richer. Now that our vegetables are done, we can assemble our vegetable tower. And all we're going to do is, I have some goat cheese, and I want to add a little bit of lemon zest to the goat cheese. And you want to go the zest of about 1 whole lemon. And I'll just mix that together. You want the goat cheese to be about room temperature so that it's easily workable and spreadable. I'll go ahead and add a little bit of pepper too. Alright, so we're ready. And the way we're going to assemble this is we'll take a piece of toast and we'll add a little bit of goat cheese. And then we'll layer our vegetables, the beet, zucchini, squash, and then we'll repeat one more time. Beet, zucchini, squash, and a piece of toast. There you go, Mardi Gras vegetable tower. I'll finish the other one up and then we'll continue with our shrimp and grits. So the vegetable tower is complete. All we've done is layer the toast, our goat cheese, and vegetables in 2 sections, and I held them together with skewers. And that's it. To eat, you remove the skewer, eat it like a hamburger. So now we're going to continue with the shrimp and grits dish, and we're going to cook off our shrimp and make the sauce. So I have about 20 or so Louisiana shrimp. I've already peeled them. I left the tails on some of them, and that's just for show. You can use any of your favorite Creole seasoning and a little bit of salt, and then we're going to put these in a pan and get those sauteed off. And we'll just mix this up a little bit more. Into our hot pan, I'm going to add just a couple tablespoons of olive oil. And I'll throw in the shrimp. And you want to let these go until they're just about cooked. You don't want to completely cook them, because once our sauce is made, we're going to throw them back in for a little bit longer. You don't want your shrimp to be rubbery. So our shrimp's been cooking for a few minutes, and if you feel them, they have a little bounce in them. They're not quite done, but that's just what we want. So we're going to pull them and get them off to the side, and then we'll continue on with the rest of our ingredients for our shrimp and grits. It's a really simple dish to make, classic New Orleans. And it's really, really good. The rest of our ingredients are a couple lengths of andouille sausage, half of yellow onion, half of a bell pepper, and 2 cloves of garlic. I'm going to mince these all up into really little bitty pieces, and we'll throw that into our pot. We'll get going with the sausage first. And you just want to cut them into really small pieces. So put our sausage in the pan. We'll do our onion next. And we'll go about half a bell pepper. Couple cloves of garlic. Give these a stir in the pot. We'll let these go until the onion and bell pepper are sauteed and almost cooked, and then we'll add some shrimp stock. So our onions, bell pepper, garlic, and andouille sausage are sauteing. We're almost at the point of finish, so I'm going to go ahead and add shrimp stock and let that come up to a boil. And shrimp stock is very easy to make. All I did was the shrimp that I used, I peeled and I took the peelings from it, put it in a pot of water with some celery, carrot, and onion, brought it up to a boil, and then I simmered it for a couple of hours. You strain out all the pieces and you're left with shrimp stock. So we're gonna add right about a cup and a half. We'll let that come back up to a boil, and then we'll continue on with our sauce. So our shrimp stock has come up to a boil. It's reduced just a little bit. So to that I'm gonna add a couple tablespoons of butter, the juice of 1 lemon, and just a little bit of freshly chopped chive. We'll let that come back up and reduce just a little bit more. Add the shrimp and we'll be done. So I've added the shrimp. Our butter sauce has reduced. Now we're ready to plate. And to do that, in a bowl, take some of your grits. A little bit more grits. We're gonna add our shrimp and sauce. And that's the sausage and the bell pepper and the onion, stock. Finish it with a little bit of chive. So here's our tribute to Mardi Gras. We have the Mardi Gras vegetable tower, which we've done with the beets, the squash, and the zucchini, and the toasted baguette. And then we have our New Orleans style shrimp and grits, made with the andouille, the bell pepper, onion, shrimp, and the grits in that creamy mascarpone cheese. This is Chef Matt Louviere saying Happy Mardi Gras and Bon Appetit.